This water heater is 7 years old and has had no additional protection from rust, corrosion, and scale buildup. As you see, the heater's anode rod in the middle of the screen is covered with scale and is no longer useful. The water heater needed to be replaced because it was leaking on one side. We cut open the water heater to find a definitive reason onto why the tank was leaking. What we found is an old anode rod that had decayed and was now resting against the leaking side. As you see, electrolysis has occurred and has been detrimental to the inside of the tank. There is also scale buildup on the unitrol valve and sediment resting on the bottom of the tank, which is reducing the tank's efficiency. This water heater has had protection with a Halo 5-stage water purification system. The tank was manufactured in 2006. We are going to drain the water heater and remove it from the stand to see what kind of condition this water heater is in. The family moved in 2006, and shortly after, they installed a Halo 5 water purification water conditioning system. We are going to see what the condition of the tank is, compared to the tank previously shown, which was about the same age and had no protection. We will look at the difference and see how Halo saves you money by dissolving scale and fighting it from coming back. As you see, the inside of the tank is lined with aragonite. The aragonite buildup protects the water heater from rust and corrosion. On the previous water heater, the tank was full of scale and was detrimental to the inside of the tank. However, as you see here, there isn't any scale due to the Halo water purification and conditioning system. This makes the tank look virtually brand new. This unitrol valve looks perfectly clean, meaning that it will read the temperature of the water correctly. This will prevent erratic readings and overfirings. Daniel Brandon of Halo Water Systems will now explain why aragonite is beneficial to your home.
We've already seen that this water heater, after 7 years of service, looks virtually brand new. It's entirely scale-free, and here's the reason. It's been connected to this Halo 5-stage whole house water treatment system for the last 7 years. Now we've got 4 stages of purification. That's easy to understand. That's about removing the contaminants, the chlorine, the chloramines, the lead, the heavy metals, the organic contaminants, tastes, smells. This is the secret sauce. This is the device that actually dissolves existing scale in your system, prevents any new scale from forming, and inhibits any further corrosion. You can see where it fits right in the center, embedded in the purification media of the Halo 5. What we have here is a cutaway of the same magnetic water conditioner that is the 5th stage in the Halo 5-stage system. What makes this magnet so special is it doesn't just have one north pole and one south pole, but actually has 2 additional poles on the same single bar magnet. What that does is creates 3 magnetic fields. And as the hard water passes through this conditioner, it takes those hard minerals that would normally form hard water scale, buildup, and corrosion, and actually causes them to stay suspended in the water so that they flow to wherever the water is flowing. Additionally, they're going to impart a thin layer of the aragonite talc that's going to form a protective barrier against any further corrosion. Let's take a look at another visualization of what's going on inside the conditioner. Here is the cutaway unit of the same magnetic water conditioner that is the 5th stage of the Halo 5. Here is a diagram of that same conditioner. Below, in this image, you can see this is an image of what the calcium and magnesium ions look like prior to treatment. You can see that the pluses and minuses are somewhat disorganized, and you know from elementary school that when you take a negative pole and you push it towards a positive pole, they're going to attract and want to form hard water scale. This image here shows the ionic charges of those same minerals after they've passed through our conditioner. And you can see that all of the ionic charges are aligned. And you can remember from that same elementary school, when you take 2 positive poles and you push them together, they repel each other. That's essentially what we're making happen with our magnetic water conditioner and treating the hard water. we're causing those hard minerals to, rather than want to aggregate and form scale, they're actually repelling each other and forming the aragonite talc. Aragonite is your friend. Why is it your friend? Because instead of allowing those hard minerals to form hard water scale and corrosion, we're using them to form a protective barrier that's actually going to protect your appliances, your fixtures, your plumbing from any of the hard water damage that would normally be caused. Here we've got a cutaway of the section of this water heater that we looked at earlier. And you can see that it's scale free, and in fact, in spots we've actually wiped away the aragonite layer. Here you can see, I'll just take my finger and wipe it along the surface, and it really is just a very thin, just a couple of molecules thick of this aragonite talc. That's why aragonite is your friend. Not only is it forming a protective barrier against scale and corrosion, it's made up of the calcium and magnesium, which is critical for human health. So in a very real sense, with the Halo 5, we're taking out the bad and we're leaving in the good, and we're protecting your home all at the same time. So to review, the Halo 5-stage water system is the premier whole house water treatment solution. It's got 5 stages of purification and conditioning. It treats all of the water throughout your house, requires zero maintenance, is chemical free, and is WQA tested and certified.